You guys want to know something fun? He's the 8th quarterback to make his first career start against Tom Brady. The previous 7 have all lost that game against Tom Brady. Do you think, Tank, that trend continues today with the guy like Brock Purdy starting under center, his first career start as a young dude in the league? They're laying 3.5 points in this spot.
I feel in any other circumstance, a young quarterback having his first start against Tom Brady, and you just assume that whoever team, like whatever team Tom Brady's playing for, like they're gonna walk the dog all over that rookie quarterback. But this is a different animal just for the fact that he gets to play with the San Francisco 49ers defense, which is one of the most imposing units in the league. And the way
Mm-hmm.
that we've seen the Tampa Bay Buccaneers function on offense this entire season, like it's hard to just break it up to how they played in the beginning of the season, middle of the season, like where we are right now. Like it's kind of been all bad the entire season. Like there's been no consistency whatsoever. And they have the playmakers. Like people are healthy right now. Besides that offensive line, maybe that's the issue. I'm not sure, but they're
Yeah.
not running the ball effectively. Tom Brady was missing wide open wide receivers deep down the field. Admittedly, so he's like, man, there's some throws I would like to have back. And until they can connect on some of those plays consistently, I don't think I can have faith in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And it's hard to try to all of a sudden, just kind of build up some faith in them when they're facing against the San Francisco 49ers. So I would look for that
Mm-hmm.
Niners defense to try to suppress their points. And then when you flip it over, you have a young Brock Purdy. We can't even say his nickname on the show, but that had Twitter just going up over the weekend. But you have Brock Purdy, and he's going against a Ty Bowles defense that's going to have at least one
Yeah.
full week of tape to study and break down him and actually game plan for him. So I would expect the 49ers offense to kind of be suppressed because of that. So even though you see this really low number of 37 and a half, like if I was going to play this anyway, it would probably be the under, but I think this may be a game that I just don't want to mess with.
Yeah, this is one of those ones. I will say though, if trends are your friend, Tank, the under is cashed in 7 of Tampa Bay's last 8 games, and it's also cashed in 14 of San Francisco's last 20 games. So trends are your friend. That under trend is looking pretty good at this point. Jared, do you feel like a guy like Brock Purdy, who does have so many pieces around him, could come out and have a little bit of success against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Or do you kind of, think, hey, it's Tom Brady. This guy's been in the league. He's the GOAT. Like he's going to get it done against the 49ers.
Yeah, I definitely do not subscribe to the latter line of thinking. That doesn't sound like something I would say on the show. Right? Yeah, I don't think I would. I don't think I've uttered the word "goat" in my 2 years of doing Pickswise playbook. I'm gonna other than right now. I don't think I'm gonna keep that word out of my vernacular. I'm gonna try. I mean, listen, Tom. I mean,
perfect. Sounds good.
But this doesn't look like a Tampa team that has a lot of juice right now, right? And we've seen it at times. Yeah. Like we've seen their moments. Like they've had these moments late in games against the Rams, obviously in that game on Monday night against the Saints, where he looks like Tom, right? He's his fiery self and he's putting the ball where it needs to be. But I just think overall, there's just something off about this Tampa Bay team. Maybe it's the sideline. Maybe it's Bruce Arians in the box and not on the sideline calling plays and doing his usual thing. Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of, based on my Twitter timeline on Monday night, like Todd Bowles needed to be fired immediately. And, we needed to see like a Madden, a 10-year-old, 15-year-old kid playing Madden make the decisions on both sides of the field. So it does seem like there's just a little bit, it's just a step slow, a step off. Everything's a little bit out of rhythm. It's funny you mentioned the Tom Brady rookie quarterback statistic, making first starts, et cetera, et cetera. How about this little nugget for you? Tom Brady has only been an underdog to a rookie quarterback once in his entire career until this game. Wow. The only other time was way back in 2006 against the Tennessee Titans and Vince Young. And that was like a week 18 or week 17 game that didn't really matter. And I think probably the Patriots were resting a bunch of starters in that game because Vince Young and the Titans were favored and the Patriots won that game. It was a game where Vinny Testaverde also played and threw a touchdown pass, my favorite Jets quarterback of all time. But that's neither here nor there. It has nothing to do with this specific game. I think Brock's going to be fine. I heard all the rumblings about Baker Mayfield to the Niners this week. That made absolutely no sense to me. Right. Brock Purdy makes a ton more sense here. Again, this is a guy that's been in the system since April. He was the final pick in the draft. So You want to talk about a guy that was probably so excited to be in camp in April. He probably studied that playbook up top to bottom, left, right, and center. Like, anything I can do, coach. Thank you for drafting me last overall. And when it comes to Kyle Shanahan, it's all about the scheme. I mean, I'm convinced if I learned that scheme, I could go out there and complete 55, 60% against a too high shell defense that's going to give me certain spots, and Kyle's going to scheme it out perfectly. So that's what the Bucks play. They don't, they really like to drop back in zone. And I think, I do think that Brock's going to have some success here. And I think the fact that the Niners are favored in this spot tells you that they think positively. The market feels like he's going to have some success here. I would not be betting the Bucks. Not with Tristan Wirfs out and with Nick Bosa there on the right side. We saw what that did to the Dolphins' offensive line and their efficiency on Sunday. If Wirfs is out and Brady's going to have pressure in his face with this Niners front, I could not get to the window on Tampa Bay in this game at all.